I don't think so. I think marriage reveals the truth about the relationship and how strong it is. It shows whether the feeling you have towards your partners are true or fake, because sometimes we create an illusion or a fantasy of love in our minds and we believe in it, which is not true. In fact, when you get married, you face troubles. You find yourself all of a sudden responsible, committed to your spouse, and you have duties to do and sacrifices to make. It's not an easy thing. So your expectations and the fairy tale love you imagined is going to be crushed by reality. In the end of the experience, we tend to blame marriage because we won't admit that our mind actually tricked us, and the thirst and the need for love, regardless true or fake, mislead us at the first place. So as a conclusion, I do believe that marriage strengthens true love. The second question is, which is better for you, an arranged marriage or a love marriage? Definitely I'm going to say that I prefer a love marriage because I think love is the motive and the force to survive storms and to beat the odds. It's a journey of two persons against the world, so you can't go further if you can't get along and trust the other partner. Indeed, it's hard to connect with a person you don't neither know his personality nor his goals and his vision for life, that it may conflict with yours. So why we have to take unnecessary risk that will have an influence of the quality of our lives. We only gonna to live once, so we have to make sure that we are taking the right choice. The third question is, what's the secret of having a happy marriage? Let's agree first that love has to be existed in the relationship as a foundation. But in addition to that, there is a lot of effort to make and a growth mindset to adopt. So basically, both partners has to respect and appreciate each other's opinions and needs. They have to show up and be there for each other. Moreover, each partner has to stop being selfish and has to put each other on the top of their priorities list. In fact, they should stop, take each other for granted, and try to invest mentally and emotionally in the relationship. Even if the things go rough, they have to work on their marriage, communicate, understand, and not judge the other person. Also, they have to engage into a constructive way of solving problems. Stop criticizing and accusing each other for the bad things that might happen, and especially stop playing the victim. Finally, the most important thing is not to give up on each other and adopt positive attitudes by believing that both of the partners are willing to change for the better.
So hello everyone. In this video I'm going to be answering three questions. The first one is it true that marriage kills love? The second one is whether I prefer arranged marriage or love-based marriage, and the third one is what is, according to me, of course, the secret ingredient for a happy marriage. So I'm going to start by the first question, and I'm going to base my answer on some of the observations that I have made from my surroundings and from the experiences of my already married relatives. And what I have observed and concluded from these observations that marriage can be stressful. It can be full of ups and downs, and it can be tedious sometimes. But what makes a difference is the approach of the couple towards these problems and towards their own experience. So if the couple have mutual understanding, and if they understand each other's needs, I think that I think that they can overcome these problems and these ups and downs, and they can maintain the flame of love that started the whole relationship. So, because marriage as an institute is made to reinforce love, because it's another step in the couple's life and in their relationship, and it is supposed to be the mature state or the mature stage of their relationship. So if the couple are not mature enough, I think eventually they will face problems that they can lead to to maybe a divorce or to breaking up. However, if the couple understand each other and are aware of the difficulties that they can face, I think they can overcome it and they can maintain their love. So marriage as an institute does not kill love. It's the couple who is responsible of maintaining their healthy relationship healthy. So the second question is whether I prefer arranged marriage or love-based marriage. So I'm going to, and here I'm going to compare marriage to a building, and like a building, marriage necessitates a solid ground and a solid base. And love here, according to me, plays that solid base. Of course, in some cases, love with some other things, but mainly love plays that base that can reinforce marriage and that can make it stronger or keep it going. So yeah, arranged marriage can be haphazard, it can be random, and sometimes it can or it cannot, it does not demand the consent of both parties. So for me, love-based marriage is much more healthier. Now for the third question is which is about the secret ingredient to make a happy marriage. Now, as I have already mentioned, mutual understanding and mutual respect is important. Also, the couple need to support one another. They need to understand the need of one another. They also need to be aware of the certain problems that they can face so that they can stick together to overcome these problems. They also need to understand that they can face, at some point they can face some difficulties or some tedious moment in their relationship, and they need to find a solution to these downs. So yeah, this is overall my opinion and my answer to these three questions. Thank you, and that's it. So the second question is whether I prefer arranged marriage or love-based marriage. So I'm going to, and here I'm going to compare marriage to a building, and like a building, marriage necessitates a solid ground and a solid base. And love here, according to me, plays that solid base. Of course, in some cases, love with some other things, but mainly love plays that base that can reinforce marriage and that can make it stronger or keep it going. So yeah, arranged marriage can be haphazard, it can be random, and sometimes it can or it cannot, it does not demand the consent of both parties. So for me, love-based marriage is much more healthier. Now for the third question is which is about the secret ingredient to make a happy marriage. Now, as I have already mentioned, mutual understanding and mutual respect is important. Also, the couple need to support one another. They need to understand the need of one another. They also need to be aware of the certain problems that they can face so that they can stick together to overcome these problems. They also need to understand that they can face, at some point they can face some difficulties or some tedious moment in their relationship, and they need to find a solution to these downs. So yeah, this is overall my opinion and my answer to these 3 questions. Thank you, and that's it.
Hey,
How are you?
fine, thank you.
What's your name?
I'm Iman.
Nice to meet you, Iman.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, sure.
How can you sustain a relationship without love?
It admits that there is no love in arranged marriages. Love isn't always something that's found, it's something that can build. Gradually, as years pass by, they care for each other and love grow exponentially. For instance, just take some arranged marriage couple after a decade or so. Do something to see how a wife loves her husband.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Hi, thanks.
What's your name?
My name is Sarah.
Nice to meet you, Sarah.
Thanks.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yes, you can.
What do you think about arranged marriage?
An arranged marriage. In my opinion, an arranged marriage can be successful, but not for long. At the first problem, the partner blames who are behind this marriage. The couple who married out of love, they try to find a solution to save this marriage. They do their best to show to themselves and to the others that they did the best choice.
Hi,
How are you?
fine, thank you.
What's your name, please?
My name is Rose.
Nice to meet you, Rose.
Thank you.
Can I ask you a question, please?
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Does marriage kill love?
Marriage doesn't kill love, but of them go together. In fact, marriage success is based on the true love which strengthens the relationship between the partners. So, a happy marriage must include love, respect, and understanding and tolerance.
Thank you.
Thank you.